Thank you for watching my channel. Please subscribe and like. Now back to the news. Hurricane Lee weakened slightly to a still major Category 4 storm on Friday, while the East Coast sits on edge as its trajectory and potential impacts remain uncertain. The massive storm is churning roughly 500 miles off of the northern Leeward Islands, moving west-northwest at about 13 miles per hour, but is expected to slow down over the weekend and into next week. Winds are currently whipping at 150 miles per hour, just below the 157 miles per hour threshold for a Category 5. It's still a powerful major hurricane, and it's expected to take the same approximate level of strength for the next 5 days, Fox News meteorologist Stephanie van Oppen told the Post Friday night. The 5-day forecast from the National Hurricane Center has the storm slowly moving northwest between the Bahamas and the eastern U.S. by the middle of next week. The East Coast is not expected to experience any potential effects like dangerous surf conditions until after that, and is likely to be spared a direct hit from Lee, Van Oppen said. The storm system is expected to eventually turn north, likely on Tuesday or Wednesday. There's a lot of disagreement in the forecast models of when that northward turn is supposed to happen, and that will make all the difference for the eastern seaboard, whether we see any direct impacts or just coastal wave heights and rip currents from the system, she explained. Right now it's too early to say what could potentially happen to New York or Boston, but it looks very unlikely that a direct impact is going to occur, Van Oppen added. Meanwhile, the National Weather Service issued an alert warning of potentially life-threatening rip currents and increased seas, ranging from 10 to 15 feet over the weekend, along the shores of Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. The U.S. Federal Emergency Management Agency has deployed assets to the territories, the White House said on Thursday. There are currently no watches or warnings in effect for any land masses in the Caribbean, according to Fox Weather. Lee is expected to miss Florida, Georgia and the Carolinas, which are still recovering after Hurricane Idalia barreled into the Gulf Coast. The hurricane had rapidly intensified to the season's first Category 5 hurricane overnight on Thursday, with winds reaching 165 miles per hour. Lee is the 12th named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30, and peaks in September. Tropical Storm Margot became the 13th named storm after forming Thursday evening about 300 miles off the coast of Cabo Verde in Africa. It is expected to strengthen into a hurricane next week.